Hello, welcome back to youtube.com/snapbolt. I got another Modern League for you here, and I am just so excited about this one for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm just so excited for this league. I'm calling this deck Kaheera and Friends. This is a deck with Kaheera, the Orphan Guard, as the companion, and this card basically just says each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. So in order to have companion, every creature that we play in our deck has to be one of those creature types. And all these creatures in the deck are one of those creature types. So we can use Kaheera as a companion, and then Kaheera gives those creature types +1/+1 in vigilance. So I got the idea for the deck when I was just playing a fair amount of prowess with Lurrus as a companion. And then I was thinking, I'm kind of losing these grindy Lurrus mirrors because I only have one Lurrus as my companion, and when it dies, that's it. And I was like, I wonder if there's a deck where I can just play 4 Lurrus main. And then I was like thinking about some ways to build the deck, and I was like, but if I play 4 Lurrus main, I don't want to lose out on having a companion myself, just because it's so powerful. And so I was looking at all the different companions. I was like, okay, I can't play Gigantha. Had some other ideas. I was like, I could do Yorion, but then I'm not drawing Lurrus as much, so that doesn't really work. So I had like a couple different ideas, but then I was like, oh, Lurrus is a cat, so maybe I could play it with Kaheera. I don't want to just be like a normal cat aggro deck. So I looked just through Scryfall actually at all the different creatures in Modern that are one of those creature types, and I was like, let me just see if I think I can find enough playable creatures that are those creature types just to make some type of deck. Maybe I'll only play a couple creatures, maybe not. But then this is the list I kind of came to, and this seems pretty sweet. So we have quad Lurrus in the main, and then the 4 Baubles to go with that, as well as a couple Seal of Fires. But also Lurrus can just recast all these creatures from the yard, so Lurrus should be a pretty sick card in our deck. Another nice addition, I think, is Fiend Artisan, which is a nightmare, which is one card that Kaheera cares about, creature type, so we can play it. And I think this is often just going to be sort of like a Tarmogoyf in our deck, because we can't actually play a Goyf. But it's just 2 mana, and then it should be like, 3/3, 4/4, 5/5. But then the ability is pretty sick on it in this deck, I think, especially with Lurrus, because you can pay X and 1, tap, sack another creature, insert your library for a creature with converted mana cost X or less, and put it onto the battlefield. So you can often Fiend Artisan for another Fiend Artisan, but if you sack something like a Wild Nacatl, then you can just Lurrus back the Wild Nacatl. So that's pretty nice. Another nice combo in the deck with Lurrus is Qasali Pridemage. Just 2 mana 2/2 Exalted, and then 1 mana sack, destroy an artifact or enchantment. If you can never sack this, destroy an artifact or enchantment, and then recast with Lurrus, that seems pretty sick. And then other than that, we're kind of just like a Wild Nacatl Zoo deck. 4 Nacatl, 1 mana 3/3. 4 Steplinks, which I feel like can be powerful, but it's a little risky, I think, just because it's a 1 mana 0/1. So if like we play against Mono Red and they're playing Lava Dart, we're probably gonna just have to side out Steplinks. But to enable Steplinks, I'm also playing the full 12 fetch lands, and then we're playing a Naya deck. So we have a bunch of just 12 fetches, a bunch of shocks, and a couple basics. So it is a pretty painful mana base. So we're going to have to rely on our aggression to not let that be a factor. And then also playing Lone Lion. I wasn't too excited about putting this card in the deck, but I figured the way like you want to build a Kaheera deck when it's like creatures is you want to go 1-drop, 2-drop into Kaheera. So just imagine this curve: T1, Temple Garden, Steplinks; T2, play fetch land, trigger Steplinks twice, play Pridemage, and then attack for 5 with Steplinks. Next turn, play Kaheera, and then you're attacking for a lot of damage at that point. But that's basically the idea of the deck. Voice is just another nice value card. It's good against control. It's just a nice blocker. It even makes an elemental when it triggers, and those all get pumped by Kaheera, which is nice. And Questing Beast is another sweet one. I would probably want more, except that it's legendary and 4 mana. but going like T3 Kaheera into T4 Questing Beast is also a lot of damage. And moving on to the sideboard, Fulminator Mage is another creature that works with Kaheera. This is kind of awkward against Veil of Summer, but it's still a 3-mana 3/3 with Kaheera, and Fiend Artisan can go get Fulminator Mage. If you can ever do that, that's pretty sick. So just some more removal when we might want it, some paths, some helixes, and some hate against burn, and some graveyard hate that we can bring back with Lurrus. And without further ado, let's go to round 1. Alright, welcome to round 1. We're against Raphael Zoser, and we'll be on the play with this sweet Kaheera and Friends deck. Quad Lurrus main, let's go. Can we get a sick Stepwing Straw? We do have a Loam Lion. This hand looks totally serviceable. We have T1 Loam Lion, T2 Fiend Artisan, T3 Kaheera. And we're against Lurrus. But this is the Lurrus mirror, little did they know. Because we have Quad Lurrus in the main deck. I'm going to just go Fetch, Shock, Temple Garden, Loam Lion. That way it starts out as a 2/3. There's no way... I mean, I guess I could have bobbled myself to see if I want to plains, but I don't think there's any way I really do. So I think I'm just going to go Fetch, Shock. Just going to have to accept that we're taking damage from our lands in this deck. It's just going to happen. It is going to make burn a little bit tougher, but nothing we can do. Drake to pay 2 life, yes. Play a 2/3 and a Bauble. And I'll just Bauble on upkeep because there's no way I can play a spell on his turn. Let's just see what he's going to draw. Maybe get an idea of what we're up against. Seal of Fire. Looks like just probably either burn or more likely prowess with Lurrus. So that's to be expected. Bolt our guy, sure. Can play a 2/2 Fiend Artisan next turn. Follow that up with the Kaheera. Gonna draw a card as well. I was gonna say hopefully we draw Lurrus. We also draw Wild Nikata, which might be better to run out than Fiend Artisan. We also don't have to take damage from the Stomping Ground. So I like that. Play this tapped. No. Play Nikata, pass. So this is looking good. Next turn we can even play Kaheera. We know he has a Seal of Fire to deal with our Kaheera, which is kind of annoying. But I could also just play Lurrus Bauble next turn, which I might do that. Lurrus is kind of a must kill for him. Another bolt on that, sure. I mean, he has a Seal of Fire for our Lurrus, but then he won't be playing his own Lurrus, so kind of like that. And then I can follow up the Lurrus with just a T4 Questing Beast now. And that seems great, right? Because I get to draw a card off this Lurrus, and he has to deal with it. Play a Lurrus, play a Bauble. If he doesn't kill this, I get to recast like a Wild Nikata, which he can't let happen. I guess I could have just played Fiend Artisan there, and then waited till T4 to play Lurrus 1-drop. But this way I get to play Questing Beast next turn. So this is like the more aggressive line, and we still get to Bauble, so Lurrus is still going to be like trading up pretty nicely here. Bauble you. Mountain on top, sure. Yeah, he pretty much just has to kill this. He's going to play Seal of Fire. Oh, Abbot. Okay. Maybe he's trying to hit another land. He does. So he's on the Abbot version. Then here is a Seal of Fire. Yep. Yeah, maybe I was too hasty. Maybe I should have gotten more value than just drawing a random card off the Lurrus, but I think it was just a nice place to play it. Now now this Fiend Artisan is just going to be even bigger later. So I like the line I took. And double bolt, that's nice. Still just going to play Questing Beast here. Going to get basic. And then play Questing Beast. Hit for 4. If he attacks with the Abbot, wonder if I just have to trade. I guess I could have gone Bolt Abbot now, play Fiend Artisan, but again, the longer I wait on this Fiend Artisan, the bigger it's going to get. And just playing a huge guy is kind of hard for that deck to deal with. And I still have this Kaheera that I can play as well. Lava Dart, me. Okay. Is he just going in? He's going to play 2 bolts on our Questing Beast. Does he have that much more removal? Light up. Okay, that's why he darted us. That makes sense. Another Abbot and a Bauble. Geez, that's pretty good. He already played a land though, so he can't play a land if off this Abbot. Burst Lightning. Okay, can't play that either. Can play Bauble though. Probably going to. I was gonna say probably gonna just trade with that Abbot, but I could go down to 10 and then just kill both of his guys. Then I also don't have an answer for his Lurrus. I'm gonna block. Kind of sucks to trade our 4-drop for an Abbot, but then I get to bolt his other one and have bolt for his Lurrus. And if we just draw Lurrus at any point, it's insane. And we get to go Lurrus, play another creature. We have our Kaheera as well. Okay, we draw land. This is interesting. I think I want to just play Arid Mesa, bolt this now while I can. He's probably gonna. If he gets to play a 5th land and go Lurrus, replay Abbot, that's pretty annoying, but there's nothing I can do. Could play Kaheera and Fiend Artisan and not leave up Bolt, but then this might be attacking for a lot. So I think I'm just going to play Arid Mesa, play Fiend Artisan, bolt this, pass. Now if we draw any 1-drops, it's pretty good with Fiend Artisan. Fiend Artisan's a 5/5. It's kind of hard for him to deal with. I guess I was going to say I want him to Lurrus, but if he doesn't, that's fine too. We can just fetch a tap land. Or we could just not fetch, actually, because we have Step Links in the deck as well. I guess if we draw that, we're planning on sacking it away. He's already played 2 bolts, so he shouldn't have that many answers for this 5/5. I mean, if he has a 5th land, going land, Lurrus, Abbot is pretty annoying for us. He can't really get value out of the Abbot, but it's still a good play. Yeah, this is Lurrus, it looks like. Yep. That's to be expected. And let me just say right now, my younger brother Dan is playing in the Super Qualifier on Magic Online right now, and he just top 2'd and secured his first Pro Tour invite, which is awesome. I am stoked because now I got my first Pro Tour invite not too long ago, so we are going to go play at a Pro Tour together. So I could not be more stoked for him. Congratulations, Dan. That's like fucking awesome. Stoked. Okay, he's just oh, he's playing Soulscar Mage from hand. But wow, I am really stoked for him. That's awesome. Well, then he plays a land from hand. Interesting. He's gonna play Seal of Fire maybe. Yeah. Okay. Do I want to bolt Lurrus right now? I don't know if it matters. Then I have to fetch Shock, so I guess not. I don't think there's any real reason to. So I can only activate this as a sorcery. But I can play a guy, and I maintain priority, and then sack him. So I'm just going to fetch a tap land, actually, because step links I don't think is relevant. I'll just sack it to this if I draw it. I'll just get a Sacred Foundry. Right? Do I want another green source? Maybe I get another Stomping Ground. I'll just get Sacred Foundry. Direct to pay 2 life. No. Go to my turn. Draw a creature. Didn't. That sucks. So I can go land Kaheera, and I could sack Kaheera, but then I have to tap my Fiend Artisan and tap out. So instead, but then you can seal my Kaheera, which is definitely annoying. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt Lurrus right now, because I'm going to do that for sure. And then I can go fetch Shock, because I don't have a choice, go down to 11, and then activate Fiend Artisan, sack Kaheera, get another Fiend Artisan, and then that way the Seal of Fire is kind of worthless, and then I'll have 2 6/6s out and be at 11. So that's not the highest life total, but that's where we're at. We'll just get another Temple Garden at this point. Oh, I just realized I can't do that. I don't have enough mana. Man. Drake to pay 2 life. No. So if I just play Kaheera and trade for a Seal of Fire, I guess I do it. Am I even attacking here though? He has 2 cards in hand. It's kind of annoying. Because if I just go Kaheera and move to combat, then you Seal of Fires it. It's not ideal for me. I guess otherwise my blocks are pretty good here. And I guess if I play this and it gets killed, then if any Lurrus I draw is like insane also. Alright, I'm just gonna play it. This could be wrong. Then I get to move to combat. Then Kaheera's gonna die. That way I won't have Vigilance. Oh, he's letting me attack with Vigilance? Sure. I think that's just a misplay from him. Yeah, he's Seal of Firing it now, but he's letting us get in a free hit for 6. Oh, he's darting the Fiend Artisan just to shrink it? Sure. It means he doesn't trigger Prowess on his turn as well. Forgot about Soulscar Mage and Fiend Artisan interaction, but he's still got to have more like burn spells that hit our creature in order for that to actually matter. Drawing a card, that's a good sign for us. Goblin Guide, sure. Looks like he's playing a version similar to what I was playing. I wasn't on Abbott, but makes sense. All right, he's at 11, but I'm also at 13. I think I can just go Bolt Soulscar right now. He could have 2 spells, I suppose. I could also just stay back. I guess I'm at 13. Let's see if he plays He has nothing in the graveyard, so if he goes bolt you down to 7, then he hits for 5. So I'm gonna attack. If he tries to play like a burn spell on Fiend Artisan and trigger prowess, then I can go for the bolt on Soulscar. Fiend Artisan's a pretty sick card. I tried to make this deck like just all good cards in general, like so that you don't need Kaheera for the other cards to be good. Alright, just gonna pass. He just untaps, sure. Draws a card. Plays a tap land, that's a good sign for us. Another Soulscar Mage, sure. Is he just not going to attack? Oh, he's attacking with just Goblin Guide. Sure. Nice, we got a land off of it. Hopefully we draw any creature next turn. Just going to take here. Now can we draw Lurrus? Voice, that's a great one. Because we can play Voice and sack it for another Fiend Artisan if we want. I guess we can play Voice and sack it for a Lurrus and then replay something else. But I think I'd have to fetch Shock for that. I think that's worth, right? He has 1 card in hand. He's at 6. If I fetch Shock, I'm also going to trigger Voice, so get a token from that. Then I'm going to have a Lurrus, and then I'm going to have so I'm going to have 3 blockers. So I think it's worth it. Let me just double check. Oh wait, I pay 2 for Voice. Yeah. Okay, let's just do this to start. Pay 2 for Voice. Now I'm just going to activate. Wait. I should have fetched first. I guess I can respond to my own activation here with a fetch. So X is 3, done. Sack this. Now I'm gonna just fetch right now. That way he can't even kill my Lurrus, and I can just respond. Guess I'll get Stomping Ground this time. Yes. Get a Voice token. And then X is 3. Get a Lurrus. Replay a Wild Nicottle. And pass the turn. We could have just attacked with Fiend Artisan, but I think he might have just chumped, and then this way we have lethal next turn, most likely, and just really good blocks. I don't think he can just deal us 8 points of burn here, most likely. So it's looking like we've stabilized. We also have this Bolt in hand, if he tries anything funny. And a 3/2 lifelink in play, which is just actually doing a lot. We can't replay Kaheera or Lurrus or Questing Beast. There's another Voice. Does it matter like what I replay with Lurrus? I guess it kind of does. I think I'll just replay a Voice here. Could just replay Bauble, but I think I'll just replay Voice. Play another Voice. Four mana? 5 mana? I have no idea what this is. Oh, Burst Lightning kicked targeting Fiend Artisan. Oh, because we took a creature out of the yard. Let's see. So I can't activate now because I can only activate as a sorcery. It's actually pretty annoying. Still think it's fine. I mean, sure. He also triggers prowess. Just gonna play another voice here. Might have slightly misplayed this here, but I think we're okay. I'm just gonna attack with all these. Do I bolt his guy before combat? No. He's gonna have to do some chumping here, and if he just trades with all my like block on all my guys, he's just super dead. I'm gonna block, go to 1, and then I just get to bolt him. I figured he'd probably do something like this. Got him. Sweet. We were able to win the Lurrus mirror here with our sweet Kaheera and Friends deck. So let's bring in Healer, Weathers, Helixes, Paths. We're going to just certainly be the more controlling deck. Do I also want Soul Guide Lantern? Doesn't deal with like Lurrus that well. I think I can just try to like kill Lurrus and deal with that another way. I have a lot of removal for it now. Definitely siding out Step Links. I like all my guys with kind of just like big butts. Could side out Primages. They don't seem great. It's just a 2/2 Exalted basically. It doesn't really kill anything, I don't think. So I could just do like this. I think everything else is good. Questing Beast is a little bit slow, but I still think it's fine. We are siding out a fair amount of creatures for removal spells, so Fiend Artisan is a little smaller, but I think we're just trying to play the slower game here. We have quad Lurrus, so I think we're favored in kind of like the Lurrus mirror. We still have our companion. This actually seems reasonable to me. We have life gain to slow the game down. Yeah, let's go. Alright, let's reveal Kaheera. I mean, keeping this hand, right? We're just gonna take damage from our land sometimes. There's nothing we can do. I might even have to just fetch Shock. Well, I can just kill this now on T1. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, another Wild Nicottle though. I still think it's better to kill this. Most likely. Because T2 I can still go fetch a forest and then play a 3/3. But if I just play a 2/2 right now, I can't block. And then next turn I still have to go Shock. I'm gonna just kill this guy. Again, I just want to prolong this matchup, I think. This matchup could certainly go either way. This deck is very, very good. Abbott, sure. So people just run out the Abbott on T2 all the time in that deck, huh? Doesn't seem ideal. You can't play Fiend Artisan right now. You could play Voice of Resurgence. It's not the best blocker for that. Could just play a 3/3, a Wild Nacatl. It's just less mana efficient. I think I'm just going to play Voice. Might not be able to block here, but I could always just basically chump and get a token. It's not too bad. I guess it is kind of annoying against Dart, but if he just attacks like right now for 3 or something, I could just take Seal of Fire so we can kill our guy. Now if he Seal of Fires our Voice, I'm definitely just taking the 4, going down to 13. Suppose I could keep my life total high, but this elemental is gonna be big. He gets to draw a card, we draw another land. Problem is we have to fetch Shock down to 10. But there's nothing I can do about that. I'm going to do this because then next turn I can play at Plains. So I'm going to fetch Shock down to 10 and then play double 3/3. Would you like to pay 2 life? Yes. Nacatl. Nacatl. Might even just hit. Seems kind of risky to block with the elemental. Is that 18? I think I do need to hit. If he goes Bolt Bolt, I can still go Lurrus, replay 1. All right, I'm gonna just try to start attacking. I need to like actually start trying to race, I think. You could play Lurrus Bauble next turn, which is annoying, but that's not the end of the world. Next turn, we actually can't go play Lurrus and play a 1-drop right now, but if I played a Kaheera next turn, it makes all my guys pretty massive. And they have Vigilance too. So if he taps out for anything and lets us Kaheera, that's actually a huge threat. Alright, Seal of Fire, that's fine. That doesn't kill our guys. He's not playing the Lurrus. Played the Sunbaked Canyon. Oh, Path and Nacatl. Okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't have a bolt for this other Nacatl, because I'm definitely going to snap block. Then I can go Lurrus, replay Nacatl. Which is why I didn't want to keep Elemental back as just a 1/1, but if he has a bolt for this, it is pretty bad. Then we get hit down to 5. I'm going to snap block here. He could have another like spell in order to just get his guy out of range, but I can't take that much damage anyway. And this going to the yards, not even that bad, because I get to go Lurrus, replay Nacatl next turn without taking any damage because of the path. So I'll probably go like, yeah. Oh, we should have darted this elemental. That was a misplay, I think. I mean, I guess getting us down to 9 is relevant, but he's got 1 card in hand. He does have a Lurrus, but we have double Lurrus. Okay, so now I'm going play fetch land. Not going to crack it because I'm going to plan on getting a tap land. Play Lurrus, play Nacatl, attack probably with elemental. I guess I could just stay back. He can Seal of Fire my Lurrus, but oh, he's Seal of Firing elemental right now? Sure. I didn't really care about that. Just replay Nacatl. Pass. So he must have another removal spell for this Lurrus, I assume. But next turn we get to play Lurrus and recast a Voice. which is another reason why I didn't want too many expensive cards in this deck, because Lurrus is often like your 4-drop. You can run it out earlier if you need to, but you often want to play it with like 4 mana. I'm so pumped for my brother right now. Pathing the Wild Nacatl. I guess he has another 2 damage spell for this, or maybe Dart plus Dart. Alright, well, we don't have any more basics, unfortunately. I thought about running two forests. I probably should have. Yeah, then Dart, Dart. Okay. Good news is we do have another Lurrus, but we're going down to 4 here. He's got 0 cards in hand. So that's something. And he's only on 2 lands, so he can't even Lurrus next turn. And we're at 4. And we're playing another Lurrus, plus a Voice of Resurgence. I guess we'll be at 3 if we crack. That's not ideal. I think I have to risk it. Because if he doesn't have he needs to draw an answer for this Lurrus or a Bolt to kill us. Can also just play a big Fiend Artisan, but I'm gonna fetch. If this Lurrus survives, we get to gain life, so he has to rip like this turn. Guess I'll just get Stomping Ground tapped. Go to our turn. Path. Path is interesting. Still need to play Lurrus because oh yeah, I can go Lurrus plus Voice. Still need to play Lurrus because I need to get a lifelinker down. And I'm gonna replay Voice here. The combo between like Lurrus, Voice, and Fiend Artisan is pretty nice. Okay, no Bolt one time. This match is coming down to it. Goblin guy, that doesn't do it. Now we're in a great spot. Okay, so he's attacking with both. Triggers Guide. Questing Beast on top. So he can flashback a dart from the yard. Or no, he can't even. So he can't play any spells right here. But do I go block? It could go down to 1. He has 0 cards in hand. He just has a lava dart in the yard. So if I go just block at it, take 2 down to 1. Next turn I can go recast Voice, leave up Path, attack for 3, go up to 4. And then I think that just puts me in a great position. Because I also get to have Path. So I'm feeling pretty good here. Questing Beast. Another option, let's see. I can just play Voice plus Kaheera as well, because then I gain 4 going up to 5. That seems good to me. Play Voice. Oh, and I have Vigilance then. Yeah, I like that. Play Voice, play Kaheera. I guess there is a slight nombo in the deck between playing Fiend Artisan and casting creatures out of your graveyard with Lurrus, but if you're casting a bunch of creatures out of your yard, that should be good enough. Now we get to hit for 9 and 4 lifelink, and then have infinite blockers back. So he can't draw a double burn spell. So that should be the game. Nice. This deck is sweet. This is honestly the first game I've ever played with this deck, and it's functioning pretty well. Bolt us, sure. And concedes the game. So he drew the bolt just 1 turn too late. He had the 1 out to draw the bolt and didn't quite get there. So yeah, that was dope. Super excited for this deck, but more excited for my brother qualifying for the Pro Tour. I'll see you in round 2. Let's go. Alright, round 2 against Explosive Catbug. So reveal our sweet Kaheera. And we're against no companion. Interesting. I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. We have double Bauble to hit more land drops. That's one reason why this deck only has 20 lands. Excuse me, is because when you have like 20 land plus Bauble, it's almost like playing like 21, 22 land. So, gonna go Windswept. I mean, I could also just fetch Stomping Ground here. That way I can at least play Seal of Fire if I miss. I guess I like that. Drake to pay 2 life. Yes, I would. Play a Wild Nacatl. Play both my Baubles. And then I'll crack 1 Bauble on his upkeep. And then 1 Bauble on his end step, I suppose. I'd rather not have the cards in my hand in case he goes like T1 Swamp Thoughtseize, which I'm not expecting with no companion, but could happen. Alright, let's Bauble him. See what he's going to draw for turn. Primeval Titan, yep. That's kind of what I expected. Amulet. Search for tomorrow. Ancient Stirrings. Okay, this is Amulet though. So these Seal of Fires aren't going to be great. But if we hit lands, we get to go Qasali, hit for 4, and then T3, Kaheera, hit for a lot. So that's the plan. Hopefully he doesn't have too broken of a draw. He got Golgari Rot Farm. And these Seal of Fires aren't going to be great. Sakura Tribe Scout's fine. Shield to these. Land? Fetch land. Got 3 draw steps. Step links. Okay, at least we hit fetch land. I do not want to play step links plus Seal of Fire, I don't think. I think I'd rather just play Qasali, hit for 4. Temple Garden. We'll pay 2. Green, white. Then again, yeah, next turn we can play Kaheera, and we can hit for 7. We don't really need to Lurrus Bauble, we'd rather just Kaheera get in more damage, I think. What is this, Explore? Into Rot Farm? That's fine. We really want to draw land. There's Tribe Scout. We can still go Step Link, Seal of Fire that though. Which isn't bad. Bauble. Alright, well that's the plan. Just play Bauble, play Step Links. And if we draw a fetch land next turn, or off this Bauble, we're still like representing, I think, lethal next turn. This is our turn 3. Let's kill this. Hit for 5. We're going to Bauble him on upkeep. We know he has a Primeval Titan in hand, but I feel like most likely he's not going to be able to cast Titan next turn. No T3 Titan for him, probably a T4 Titan. And then Bauble him. Dryad, okay. Dryad's not a bad one because that gives him a blocker. Oh no, but Qasali can kill that. So that's something. If I go fetch land, I can't really even Kaheera, right? Because I go 4 power, 7 power, and then 9 power. And then I don't get to attack with Pridemage as well. So we'll see what we draw. Plays a Growth Chamber. We draw a card for Bauble. It's a Stomping Ground. It's interesting. I probably have to go activate Qasali, target Dryad, hit for 5. What happens if I go land, play Kaheera, attack with everything? Then I just don't get to kill his Dryad. I don't think that's acceptable. I think I just have to kill a Dryad for sure. So, take 2 damage, yes. Always yield to the Steppeling's trigger. Just Qasali this. Then play a Lone Lion, or I guess I'll just attack for 5, hit him down to 6. Play Lone Lion, play Seal Fire, pass. So this could get pretty bad, because he can cast Primeval Titan this turn, but at least he doesn't have Dryad out. He's at 6 as well, and we have a Seal Fire. And we can go cast Kaheera, get more power in play as well. And then I think that's lethal if he just has a Primeval Titan and nothing else. But see, it looks like he's just probably casting Titan. I guess he can get oh no, he has a Field of the Dead. Okay, so he can make some blockers here. That could do it, depending on what we draw. You can get another Field of the Dead and a Radiant Fountain, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he has to get 2 different lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can't get a bounce land. Or, I guess he can, because then Field still triggers, right? Does this check on resolution? I guess he can stack the triggers, so this will happen first, then the bounce land. So he can get bounce land plus Radiant Fountain here, and get 2 triggers. He can't get another Field of the Dead, though. Radiant Fountain to Laria West. So he goes up to 8. I mean, if we draw a fetch land, I think he's dead. Can we draw just a normal land? So play land, play Kaheera, then you can block this. Then he's taking 6, 7, 8. Okay, so he's dead. Go land, trigger, play Kaheera, and that should do it. Really close. He had the T4 Titan, which isn't ideal for that deck, but we also killed a Dryad, we killed a Sakura Tribe, and I think this is still a T5 win with that disruption. So not bad. Yeah, you can block this, take 6, and then we Seal Fire him. Dome him. Got there with the Seal of Fires. The Seal of Fires are there just to bring back with Lurrus, just as like additional bolts. They could be Helix's main, but again, this is just the first iteration of the deck. Alright, let's bring in some Fulminators, shall we? That's why we have them. I think we also may want to bring in Path for Titan. Qasali still kills Dryad pretty nicely. Maybe Path isn't even that great. It gets him a land, but I think it's probably worthwhile. Seal of Fires and Bolt both kill his 1-drop. So I want to leave in some number of these, but maybe not all 6. Like I could side out 3 bolts. Like he could even side out Sakura Tribe. I don't know if he really can though. I mean, Lurrus might be a little clunky, but I don't know if we can side it out. I guess, I mean, yeah, just recasting like our creatures from the graveyard doesn't seem to matter that much, but we can still cast Baubles. I could see situations where just Lurrus replay Bauble is good. We still have to cut 3 more cards. So what can we cut? I don't really want to cut the 1-drops because I want to be fast. Maybe Voice of Resurgence just isn't good. Maybe that's the cut. And keep in 4 removal spells. Because Voice is just a 2/2. He's not going to really be playing spells on our turn. And the trigger doesn't really matter. Yeah, Voice is the cut. Want to leave in Dryad to kill Qasali to kill Dryad. Want to leave in Questing Bees. Don't want to cut Lurrus just because OP. Fiend Artisan seems really good. Finds our Fulminator Mages, just is a threat, and I don't want to cut the 1-drops or too much of the removal. I don't think I want to cut Bauble either. I want to hit my land drops. Let's go. This deck is feeling sweet. Always reveal this Kaheera. Oh man. Kind of tempted to keep. We're on the draw. We have double Fulminator. I'm going to keep. We have another draw spell. He mulligans to 6. We have like T1 Wild Nacatl, T2 Wild Nacatl with an extra draw and a Lurrus. If we were on the play, could mulligan, but having double Fulminator in this matchup is so huge. Amulet, we might just be too slow though. I mean, that deck can play a T2 Titan. Alright, I gotta make sure that I'm able to cast these Fulminators no matter what. So that means I need double red. So I think I'm just gonna get green-red. Don't need to worry about this Lurrus yet. Play a Wild Nacatl. Play a Bauble. And I'll see what he draws for his turn. Just because I want to know. I don't want to draw the card yet. I'll draw the card on my turn. Dismember. Jeez. That is good. Does he have a Azusa into Titan here? Does he need more than that for Titan? This is feeling like Azusa. Maybe Dryad. Oh god. This is like the most explosive start they can have. Okay. So we know, was it Gruul Turf? So we know Gruul Turf in his hand and Dismember. So we know 2 of his cards. We don't have removal for this yet. Maybe I shouldn't have sided out the bolts because of Azuzas as well, but a lot of times they're cutting Azuzas. Nice. That's actually really good. Those were like 2 fantastic draw stats because not only it's another land for Fulminators, but another threat. Would you like to pay 2 life? Yes. Then I hit for 3. Play 2 more Nacatls. If he Titans next turn, this still certainly is not enough, but him not playing another land there, I think he doesn't even necessarily have Titan yet either, because we know Dismember and Gruul Turf and 1 more card in hand, and that's all he has. So I'm feeling good about this game, actually. We get to play Fulminator the next turn. We played T1, 3/3, T2, 2 3/3s. So sometimes playing Wild Nacatl feels good. I mean, in certain matchups, this is also insane. And next turn, we could play Kaheera if we want, but I think I'd rather just start playing Fulminators. Because I don't think we need to put more pressure on than this. I mean, he could have gone, just leave Gruul Turf in play. I guess if he has a Titan, he can cast it here. That might be tough to beat. That would make sense why he didn't play the Gruul Turf. But he probably doesn't have any more lands also, but he probably doesn't, he might not need it. Let's see if he bounces the Gruul Turf or not. That'll be interesting. He does. Seems like he's playing slowly, just making sure not to misclick, because seeming to me like he has the Titan. That deck can be kind of tough to play on Magic Online if you're not too familiar with it. There's 4 mana. So he has 6 mana. There's this another Gruul Turf. Sure. Crazy thing is we may even be able to beat Primeval Titan. I guess he can play Primeval Titan and give it haste though. So it's gonna be tough. Yeah, he had the prime time. And he didn't even have to Summoner's Pact for it, because we could have potentially taken him off green with Fulminators to not be able to pay for Pact, but that's not going to be the case either. So now we want to draw just 2 bounce lands. Does he have like another Primeval Titan? So we know his hand's Gruul Turf, Rot Farm, Growth Chamber. Just writing it down. I mean, this is only his turn 3 here. He's leaving some bounce lands in play. He has 7 mana. There's 6 mana in the pool. Summoner's Pact for Titan. Okay, this... Oh no. Depending on what he gets, we could win the game here. Because if he doesn't get enough green sources, he might not be able to pay for Pact. So that's what I'm hoping for. He needs to get another green source. And have it remain in play as well. Hopefully he might get like Field of the Dead here plus Teleria West or something. Okay, that should do it. Oh no, he can give 1 haste. Oh man, never mind. He doesn't have double amulet, and he has the Sunhome, the double strike land in hand. So I don't think he can kill us here. So unless he gets more green sources with this, which he might do. Now we just take. Wow, this is his turn 3, and that's his 3rd Primeval Titan trigger of this turn. That's insane. That's pretty sick. If I was thinking about like writing to my opponent like GG, like sick draw, but he might take that as like that we're salty. So I don't really want to do that. Let's see what he gets. No green source, please. Let's see if he plays around it. It might just be tempting for him to get like Field of the Dead or like Valakut or something. Okay, he got Field of the Dead Radiant Fountain. So I think we have him. So I just go Fulminator Mage, kill Simic Growth Chamber, and then he has 1 green source on upkeep and he dies. This costs green. So looks like we got him. I guess I could double block. I don't know if it matters. I don't think there's anything that kills me anyway. I'll just keep my creatures in play. I don't think it matters. I think it just comes down to whether he can pay for Pact or not. You could have a Pact of Negation, I suppose, but we're going for the Fulminator line. I think that should do it. These Wild Nicotiles just didn't matter at all. His turn 3 was so much sicker. Okay, let's see. Gotta get a red source. Just get Sacred Foundry. Yes, I want to pay 2 life. Go down to 4. And then Fulminator, Calcinic Growth Chamber. I mean, that deck is really hard to play. And I'll pass. F6. His turn 3 was so sick, but looks like it's not going to matter. He has no way to put lands in with Sakura Tribe or anything. So that should do it. Whew. Got kind of lucky there. He could have played around like any type of pillage or land destruction effect, but he chose not to. So nice. 2-0. Let's go round 3. Alright, round 3. Let's be on the play. We're against Shicklebob. Reveal our companion. Are we against Lurrus? No companion. Wow. I'm seeing more no companion draws now. And we'll definitely keep this hand. Kind of feels bad not to lead Wild Mikado over Steplinks, but Steplinks hits for 4 next turn. Or even 5 with Pridemage. I'm just going to fetch a Temple Garden and play a Steplinks. Because Steplinks gets worse the longer you wait on it. It's better to play Steplinks earlier. Steplinks is, I think, one of the weaker cards in the deck, but it can be pretty powerful. Like, if we draw another fetch land, it gets really good. See what our opponent's on. Maybe Blue-White Control? Maybe some Emery deck? Okay. So I can fetch Shock, Stomping Ground, Qasali Pridemage, hit for 5. I don't think there's a need to get Fiend Artisan into play yet. I don't really need to play Mikado Seal of Fire either. I think I just like getting the Pridemage down. Gonna fetch Shock, Stomping Ground. You could have a path here, but that's fine. Getting the Pridemage down is good because this also hits for 3. Alright, Stomping Ground. Yes. Our opponent's 2-0 as well. Let's go Pridemage. Then hit for 5 on turn 2. I mean, I won't deny that my draws have been pretty good. Next turn we can also just play Kaheera. Companions are just so busted. This is a path, I'm almost sure. But giving us another land is good for us. Oh, no. I feel like this is Blue-White Control. Blue-White Control, no companion. Maybe he just plays Stoneforge here. Then he just gets wrecked if he does that. We have Seal of Fire for it. Okay, interesting. So I think I go fetch land, try to play Kaheera, right? He most likely has something, but I'm gonna go for it. If he plays like a mana leak, we still get in for 6. Now I can just get a basic this time, I think. Don't think I really need double red. Don't need to take infinite damage. Now we're going Kaheera. Hit for a lot. Hit for 8. Does he have path? Looks like no. Okay. He's got to do something. This deck is looking... I mean, our draws have been good. But come on, this deck is looking insane. We're going to have a lot of fetch lands. We have 12 fetches in the deck for Steplinks. That's exactly the reason we have it. Yeah, this is just Blue-White Control or Blue-White Stoneforge. Alright, no reason to play anything. Just going to go to combat. Hit with all. Oh, I should have played the land. That was a punt. Hopefully we don't get punished. Vendilion Click. He can target us and even take our Seal of Fire away. So not playing the land. Oh, he's targeting himself. Okay. Well, he's dead then. Because if he goes block Kaheera, take 4. Oh, I guess he could have Force of Negation for the Seal of Fire. But he's still in a pretty rough spot. I should have played the land. It's so bad. Alright, let's just try to play Seal of Fire while he's tapped out. Yeah. Alright, got the T4 win there. Our opponent just played a T3 Vendilion Click. I'm assuming he's Blue-White Stoneforge. These Qasali should be good. Just killing his artifacts. Let's see. I mean, I could just not sideboard. I mean, our deck seems pretty well positioned. We have so much value in like Lurrus and Kaheera and Fiend Artisan, and then like our aggro plane's pretty decent, especially against blue-white. I want to be able to kill Stoneforge as well, so that I don't just get Stoneforge Batterskulled. Do I want Path or Helix? Or Soul Guide Lantern? Maybe Soul Guide Lantern is good. No. Probably just has like a couple snaps. I'm assuming this is just blue-white Stoneforge, maybe with the 3-drop, the 2/3 flyer that exiles a spell. Just gonna run it back. Just gonna not sideboard. Yeah. Sand looks good. T1 Wild Nikado, T2 Fiend Artisan, T3 Kaheera with 2 burn spells. This just like is why I wanted so many 1 and 2 drops in my deck, just so I can have curves like this. Our opponent kept as well. It's not going to be as easy this game. Yeah, this is definitely just blue-white control. Another Wild Nikado. I guess I could just play Forest Wild Nikado, because next turn I can go Wild Nikado and then fetch Sacred Foundry and play like Seal of Fire or something. Can also just still play Fiend Artisan next turn. Having this a 1/1 or a 3/3 in this matchup on turn 1 doesn't really matter. You can't have anything that really deals 1 damage. You could certainly have Path, but nothing we can do about that. So now I have to make sure to not punt here. I think I want to play Arid Mesa for Sacred Foundry. And then hit for 3. Sacred Foundry. I would like to pay 2 life. Yes. Gonna use my mana for sure. Can't play Fiend Artisan now, but I needed to do this to play both of these spells anyway and get the +2/+2 on the Coddle. So this is a pretty good aggro draw here. Probably just jamming Kaheera next turn. Try to hit for 8. He could have a counter spell though. Ooh, Qasali. I kind of like even just try to attack with both to start, and then main 2 I can play Fiend Artisan plus Seal of Fire, or even Qasali plus Seal of Fire, depending on what I choose. I just don't want this to get countered. I'd rather just wait and like have the threat of it looming. I'm already hitting for 6. All right, I'm gonna play Fiend Artisan because I guess I don't really care as much if that gets countered. I think I'm just gonna get a Temple Garden. Fiend Artisan, green. And then play another Seal of Fire. Not the most impressive Fiend Artisan, but it's still a creature that gets pumped by Kaheera. And it's a pretty big threat. Like, he's probably going to counter it. He's scared of it right now. Which is why I didn't play Qasali or Kaheera, because I thought this was my worst threat at the moment. I guess untapping with this and being able to potentially get like Lurrus is insane. Yeah, counters it as we expected. It's exactly what I thought he had. And another Seal of Fire. Seal of Force of Negation, Seal of Fire, pitching Force of Negation down to 3 cards. Sure. Seal of Fire has just proven to be just a pretty strong card, just in its own right, because it's a burn spell that you can play out ahead of time. While it only does 2 and Bolt does 3, just being able to play it early, like when you can use your mana, is certainly relevant. Right, now he probably has Cryptic, so I'm just going to go to combat. If he just lets me hit for 6, that's really good for me, because I have Bolt plus Seal of Fire here. Then anytime he taps out, I have lethal. Just gonna play Pridemage, then I leave up Bolt and Seal. This is probably gonna get Cryptic, and then I have lethal. Okay, doesn't. He draws 2. Alright, well I'll just go for the win here. And he concedes the game. Wow. This deck looking insane. We have the 3-0-6-0. Let's go round 4. Alright, welcome to round 4. We're on the draw. Super unlucky. We're against How You Bid Tran, or against Yorion, 80 card deck. We have a 1-lander Loam Lion start. We're on the draw. If we hit a land, it's not bad. These voices, but I wonder if we can just do better on 6. He keeps 7. I think this 1-lander is not good enough to keep. He has Questing Beast here. I mean, he doesn't have Questing Beast here. I'm just losing it. This Questing Beast is basically a mulligan here. I think I can just get a more aggressive start. Okay, well, 0 land's not going to do it. Going down to 5. I'm going to have to keep this. Keep this 5. And then I have to put 2 cards back. Definitely Bolt. Want to keep both of these Baubles. Want to keep Step Links and Lurrus. I suppose I'm putting Voice back. Don't really think I can put Lurrus back because I think I win this game by drawing 2 lands and casting T3 Lurrus Bauble. Right, I mean, this 5 is basically like Step Links land, 2 blanks, and Lurrus. So it's not too bad. This is an Astrolabe, yeah. These Yorion decks are pretty powerful. Just lead this, yes. Play a Step Links. Play both Baubles. I'll upkeep Bauble in. Wonder what version of Yorion he's on. Bant Yorion, Ice Fang Kodo. It's looking like it. Could be the Blink Yorion deck also. Okay. So we know he has a Kodo in hand and probably no more lands. Kinnan. Oh, it's the green-blue card. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana. This card's actually insane because with Astrolabe adds 1 mana. So if you tap a snow-covered island, tap Astrolabe, add red, then you add another red when you have this out. So Astrolabe adds 1 mana when you have this. And then it also has this ability, you can put a creature, you can activate it for 7 for value, but mostly it's like Astrolabe adds 2 mana now. 2 mana, 2/2. So it's actually kind of sick. He probably has some other combos with that as well. Maybe more artifacts. He could be like Emery Yorion deck. I'm assuming that's what he is, based on Mystic Sanctuary, Coddle, and Kinnan. Okay, Bolt's not a good draw here. You can't do anything this turn, but I think I want to leave up Bolt in order to bolt his Ice Fang Coddle if he plays it at any point, or just plays like this or something. Direct to pay 2 life, yes. I'll yield to this. We're only hitting for 2 here, which is not ideal. I think this is going to be a rough game. His deck is pretty good at like controlling the board. He's gonna draw this. I assume he's gonna play it because playing Mystic Sanctuary there. It's interesting. We know he has Coddle in hand. So if he had any other land, he'd play any other untapped land in order to play Coddle. Right? So let's just go attack for 2. Play Bauble. Yeah, you don't always have to fetch land on step links. And then I guess no reason to upkeep this Bauble because I already know he's drawing this. So I'll just end step this Bauble. I already have a Bolt to play. I have no spell I can play for 1 white anyway. So I'd be shocked if he doesn't just play this. Oh, he's playing Coddle right now. That's fine too. He's trying to hit a land. I'll just Bolt this now. Suppose I'll see what he's going to draw so I know what he has in hand here. Springleaf Drum. Okay, yeah, so he definitely is like an Emery deck. I'm 100% playing Lurrus. Oh, I can't. Can't play Lurrus. Don't have the mana. Oh god, that's so fucking brutal. Jesus. Can't really go off with the Springleaf Drum yet. He needs to probably just play Kinnan next turn. He could draw a land, but I was gonna say, did I punt by misfetching? But I just haven't even drawn a fetch land yet, so it's at least I didn't punt. I could play Kaheera hit, but I think I'd rather play Pridemage plus Coddle hit. I think that's definitely better. Pridemage, Wild Coddle, not Ice Fang Coddle. Hit for 3. Alright, he's stuck on lands for the time being, so if he misses land one more time, we're in a reasonable spot. Our opponent's deck looks pretty sweet as well. There's Drum. Yeah. Should be F6'd. Don't know why I'm not. And Emery. Okay, yep. Exactly what I thought. Urza, Gilded Goose, yep. He's just 80 card like Urza, Yorion, Gilded Goose. Oh, and he had Galblast for Pridemage. That's annoying. Ooh. So now do we Lurrus Bauble or do we Kaheera hit? Man. So I'm hitting for 5 here. If I Kaheera, I'm hitting for 7. But if I Lurrus, I'm drawing an extra card. I think I'm going to Lurrus. And he kind of has to kill Lurrus too. Maybe I'll draw a Bolt off this Bauble. Springleaf Drum is an interesting one from our opponent. I guess I'll just Bauble on my turn actually. Because I could draw a Bolt that I want to cast. Okay, we don't. Just F6 now. He drew a land. It's definitely threatening. He's already used 1 Galvanic Blast. He probably doesn't have that much removal for this Lurrus. But he could just like kind of go off here. He has an Emery. He has nothing to recast yet. But he has 4 mana. He could play Urza. But then we can play Kaheera plus another Bauble. We can... Okay, oh wow, he adds a lot of mana actually right now. He still has 4 mana. This card's sweet. He's just passing the turn? Oh, he might have Cryptic? So if I lead on playing Bauble out of the yard, is that good? I could just play Qasali out of the yard. That seems pretty good to me. I guess that could get countered, but I can't really attack with Lurrus right now anyway. I think I'm just going to lead on playing Qasali out of the yard. This is bad. This is annoying against Cryptic, but I mean, if he counters this, I can still cast it next turn. And if he doesn't counter it, I can always like end of turn, sack it, and cast it again next turn with Lurrus anyway. Or just next turn, sack it, cast it again, sack it. So Qasali Lurrus is pretty dope. Yeah, I feel like this is a Cryptic. Counter tap, which I'm fine with. Counter tap, yeah, he has to do that. Okay. I mean, I could play Kaheera here, but I could also just kill this, and then he's on a lot less mana that way. If I kill this, next turn I can replay Seal of Fire, kill Umori as well. Alright. I don't think there's a rush for me to play Kaheera. I could save this Stomping Ground to trigger Step Links, and I think I'm going to. Alright, let's kill this. This adds a lot of mana for him. Because if I can't really attack there with the Lurrus anyway. So. This is Urza? Yeah. Okay. He has 2 cards in hand only. I can kill this Construct if I want. I can also kill Umori with Seal of Fire, but I'm probably just bringing back Qasali. Can add. He's adding green. Okay. What is this? Uro. So it goes up to 9. Uro goes to the yard. Bauble. I mean, he can hit for a lot of damage here by playing Kaheera. Then he doesn't really have great blocks. Umori mill for it, but he can play a Wall of Blossoms. I guess that's just good with Yorion. Alright, now I can go fetch land, trigger, play Kaheera, and play Qasali. I could also play Seal of Fire, killing Umori. Then he has 1 blocker, he can block here, and then he takes 8 damage, down to 1. He has to block with Urza though. I mean, I think I like that, killing his Umori here and making him chump. Let's go fetch. I am going to go Seal of Fire, kill Umori, so I suppose I can get a tap land. Let me just make sure. Kaheera plus Seal of Fire. I don't think I need to play Qasali here. Can play that next turn. Play Seal of Fire. Play Kaheera. Yeah, Kaheera and Lurrus are a duo here. Kill this. He has to block Step Links. Then he has 0 cards in hand. He can play an Uro, but I don't think that's going to do it. Especially when we can just lure something back. I mean, most of the creatures in this deck are cats, but we have Fiend Artisan, and we have Voice of Resurgence, Questing Beast. So we're not cat aggro. We don't have any cat wards. We're just playing the cats because they're just good cards. assume this is an Uro. Goes up to 4, but that's just not going to do it. I think we got him. We also can just recast Seal of Fire. Ooh, Mystic Sanctuary, putting Cryptic on top. But he doesn't get to draw. We put Galv Blast on top. We can draw with Bauble and kill our Kaheera. Or we could kill our Lurrus on our upkeep. I guess that could do it. Oh no, he concedes. Did we have lethal? So let's see. Best case he goes upkeep, kill Lurrus, then I go land and he has 2 blockers. I mean, I don't think he was dead. If he killed our Lurrus on our upkeep, we couldn't play Seal of Fire. Oh, he can't kill. Oh no, he can kill Lurrus. Okay, he was dead. I was like, I don't think he was dead. Oh, we're drawing Questing Beast. Okay, I did want to have some choke effects for this type of matchup, but I chose not to put them in the board. Soul Guide Lantern's good against Uro. Path is like just decent against like all his guys. I don't think I want Helix. I think my other removal spells are better against his small creatures. I guess Path is only good against really Yorion, Uro, Urza. That's a fair amount of his deck. Voice of Resurgence is exactly where we want to be in this matchup. Maybe I don't want 6 bolt effects. Maybe just cut 2. Maybe I also don't need triple Soul Guide Lantern. I don't want too much of that effect. So at least can draw cards with Lurrus as well. Steppling seems good. Maybe Lone Lion, just like a 2-3, not quite strong enough. Don't know if I need to get off to the races in this matchup as much as just getting tons of value. And I still have 10 1-drops, so we're just going to try to play the value game with our quad Lurrus main here. Let go. Definitely want to reveal. Kaheera's been sick in this deck. I just recorded with Kaheera and blue-white control that was like creatureless, and it wasn't that insane. But it's looking really good here. Wow, he snap kept 7. We do have good value, but I don't think we can just take the first 2 turns off. We do have a bolt though. You know what? We're on the draw. I'm just gonna keep with double Lurrus. Anything we draw just gets like really, really good. And if he plays like any early creature, like an Emery or the 2/2, we can just bolt it. Gilded Goose, okay. That's good for us. I mean, he gets a food. One reason why this card is so strong is because even when you deal with it, it leaves something around, which most dorks do not do. I'm still definitely just going to bolt the Goose. I guess I could have bobbled myself for the fetch trick, but I didn't. Like to pay 2 life, yes. Let's just bolt it. Then I'll just play Bauble. Drawing Bauble there was great considering we have double Lurrus in hand. I have to get a white source with this Windswept Heath for sure, just to make sure I can cast Lurrus. He'll just bubble us at some point here, and we're going to bubble him. He'll bubble us on our end step. Go upkeep. See what he's going to draw. It's a Flooded Strand. Okay. Hopefully we can draw a 2-drop. Fiend Artisan would be nice. Voice of Resurgence would be great. Because Voice would not really allow him to counter our Lurrus. No, Spellbomb's kind of annoying. Plant creature. Alright. Gonna just hold the fetch land and just play this tapped. Pass. We're really on the value train this game. We gotta be. Draws a card, sure. It's gonna be hard to outvalue a like Urza, Emery, Urion value deck, but Lurrus can possibly do it. Of course, we draw 2-drop now. Alright, let's just try to Lurrus. If this somehow resolves, it's really good for us, but it looks like it's getting Snap Archmage Charmed. Oh, what? Is it resolving? No. Okay. It's weird that he fetched right there, but he's got 4 cards in hand. He's on 3 lands. Depending on what he does here, I may play another Lurrus, or I may not. I may just play Questing Beast. Leaning towards that. Could also just play these 2 creatures out. I don't hate that. But I get to play 2 threats this turn. Alright. Let's do it. Now I'll just play a fetch. It's kind of bad with steplings, but if I draw another fetch, it's good. And now I can leave up Qasali activation. Let me try to tap right here. See if he counters this. He doesn't. Could have been right just to hold that fetch land for steplings for more damage. That very well may have been wrong. Didn't want to just shock in the stomping ground, but that's probably irrelevant. I don't think our life total matters that much. So he's just straight blue-green, it looks like, actually. Blue-green. Oh, yeah, with Galvanic Blast, obviously. We already saw. Blast, Qasali Pridemage. If I kill food, he just sacks it. And I don't really want to crack this yet, so I'll just let it happen. Okay, I mean, you can Urion here for no value. Urza. Okay. I kind of want to just play Lurrus and then replay Qasali. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Another fetch. It's actually nice. Guess I'll just get a basic. Play another fetch. Sack it. So playing the fetch land ended up being good just for the reason I stated. Because if we draw another fetch, it's nice. I think I just get a Temple Garden here. Yeah, I guess I get Sacred Foundry. Why not? Yes. Now I'm playing Lurrus. Main 1. Because then I can play Qasali. And then I get the Exalted trigger as well. Then I'm hitting for 7 with Step Links. Having the 4 Lurrus main and all these small creatures is so good. Then I get Exalted. And he has to deal with this Lurrus, and he probably can't. I mean, he can play a Urion Blink Urza. But is that going to be good enough? First Questing Beast. I can Qasali Pridemage activation every turn from here. Like, if he doesn't have an answer for Lurrus, 1 mana, like, I guess 3 mana naturalize, but every turn is insane. I can also just start drawing cards with Bauble. If I want to keep this Qasali in play, I can still play Kaheera. This deck is honestly seeming like pretty nice. Way better than I thought it was going to run. I feel like this is Urion. Blink Urza. Yeah. And Questing Beast is going to be pretty nasty. I can Qasali hit those constructs away. Yeah, attacking doesn't really do anything. I could just block and not even have to activate. Okay, there's Bauble. So, I feel like getting those constructs off the table is just good. Although playing Questing Beast seems nice as well. Let's see if I go sack Qasali, replay Qasali, sack Qasali, and I have 2 mana left over. I can kill one of his constructs, make the other one a 2/2. Then I could replay Qasali from the graveyard, play Kaheera, play land, and play a Bauble. Can't really attack with Lurrus into Yorion anyway. I mean, if I Qasali kill Construct, he has no good blocks on this Questing Beast. He has to block with Yorion, basically. So why don't I go... I think I got it. I think I got the line. I'm going to go play Questing Beast, attack, trigger Qasali. In response to Exalted, sack Qasali, kill Construct. Then he has to block with Yorion unless he takes 5. And then I go play land, tapped, and then replay Bauble. So I'm just going to play Bauble now. Because that's the only spell I'm going to be able to play from the graveyard this turn. Just want to make sure I can get that in. Free card. Then I play Questing Beast and attack before sacking Qasali. That way I get the Exalted trigger. Don't want to attack with Lurrus as well. So trigger Exalted, then sack this, destroy this. He can only block with Yorion here, profitably. Because Construct and Urza just actually can't block this, so he has to chump. Yeah, I really like this line. I might just take 5. Then any bolt or seal we draw is just lethal. He's taking 5? Wow. Kind of surprised by that. Guess I'll Bauble myself with this Bauble to see if I'm going to draw a bolt. To see if I want to untap this Stomping Ground. I'm not. Okay, let's just play this tapped. I know the second card could be a bolt, but I'll just Bauble on his end step, I suppose. Or I guess I'll just Bauble him now, see what he's going to draw for turn. It's an Uro. Alright, well he doesn't have Trip Green to be able to Uro and flash it back. Or, yeah, he doesn't have Trip Green. Mystic Sanctuary, put Galvanic Blast on top. Alright, well he can deal with this Questing Beast or this Lurrus. So I assume, so now he can go Uro, draw Galvanic Blast, and then kill Lurrus. He has to kill Lurrus, otherwise we get Qasali back. No, he goes to 5 here. He might, oh, and drew a land as well. So we can flash back Uro as well. Wow. Goes back down to 4. Gets a forest, yep. Might be able to just stabilize. Uro, go up to 7. Yeah, that Uro is just in time. That's why Soul Guide Lantern's not even that good in this matchup. Might just take it out. I mean, a lot of times he is going to have like Urros or artifacts sitting in the graveyard because of Umori and stuff. Wow, I'm just going for the attack. Okay. You get to draw 2 cards. Yeah, 2 cards. Step links, step links. So I can go play fetch land, attack with both. I think I like that. Probably he has to block the questing beast with the Urro. Oh, but then he just gets to replay Urro again. Ugh. Otherwise he gets to attack with Urro though. I mean, I guess I have to just not attack. Letting him replay Urro and have a blocker and get the trigger is just too much value. I think he just was able to stabilize, though I think we're dead. That was a great game. Yeah, it's like I don't think he can crack food or anything. We were so close. Him just being able to Mystic Sanctuary that Gal Black. Oh, I could have played Kaheera that turn. Would that have been relevant? Maybe you want to wait anyway. Huh. I think I'll just put it on top. Next turn I can still play Kaheera plus Questing Beast and get in there. He gets 0 cards in hand. So we can fetch, put a Gallblast on top. That'll do it. Or you can put a Gallblast on top and then draw it. But he's putting Aether Gust. Okay. Yeah, he goes up to 9. And he hits for essentially lethal. We have to chump here. I'll just concede. I don't think we have any outs at this point. Great game though. The literal first game loss with this deck ever. And it was a close one. I think I'll just keep the 2 Soul Guide Lanterns. They might not be great, but I could see them being situationally good. Don't want Fulminator Mage. Don't think I want too many bolts or anything. Yeah, I haven't drawn Voice much in this matchup either, which is a really nice card in the matchup. It's kind of like why I wanted Voice at the deck for this matchup exactly. Alright, we're on the play though. Just a minute behind on time. I think it's just lagging to bring up this Kaheera reveal here. I'm always scared I'm going to misclick on that. Alright, 0 land, 20 land deck, let's mulligan. This hand is not good, but I think I have to keep. Put back Forest, Wooded Foothills, or Plains. I think I just put back Plains. Done. I'll just play a weak 2-3 here. But I go 2-3 into 2-3 into Kaheera, and we have a bolt for something. So I sided out 2 lone lands and I drew 2 of them. Not playing the Kaheera last game, I don't think affected us at all. Ooh, Lurrus. It's actually a reasonable draw. We don't have anything we can play yet, but that's okay. Just play another lone lion, attack for 2. Next turn we get to play Kaheera, attack for 6. So he has to have like a 2-mana answer for Kaheera. I guess he could have Metallic Rebuke for it. We still have Lurrus. Hopefully we draw Bauble or something. Probably just gonna fetch a tap land here. I don't think I need to save it for step links or anything. It would be really nice if one of these step links or one of these lum lines was the step links. Okay, I was gonna say, is he gonna fetch shock? It looks like no. Is he playing the 2/2? Abundant growth, sure. They just play that as like additional astrolabes. Okay, you could have Galblast, but Galblast doesn't even kill our guy. I guess Galblast does kill our Kaheera, but there's nothing we can do about that. I'll get Stomping Ground here. No. Untap. Ooh, there's Bauble. Okay, well, I'm going for Lurrus Bauble for sure. I'll just hit for 4, play Lurrus, play Bauble, replay Bauble. So let's just attack. I think I can just get planes with this. Again, I don't need to take infinite damage. I like playing Lurrus over Kaheera here, because Kaheera could just get Gal Blasted. Alright, so we play Bauble first and sack it. That way, when we play Lurrus, he can't respond to us playing Bauble, and we guaranteed get to cast it, because we'll have priority after this resolves. That was a great draw, drawing the Bauble there. And he's drawing Uro, and he had the Gal Blast, so we played really well, because he could have Gal Blasted the Kaheera. He's going to get to Uro. But we're drawing a bunch of extra cards from that Lurrus. Wait, no, because I already know about the Uro. So I just let that draw trigger happen. It's an Arid Mesa, sure. It's not ideal. Oh my god, he has no land. Okay, he might be dead now. So I can bolt that, play Kaheera, hit for a bunch. Especially if he misses here. Oh wow, he doesn't have a land. Looks like we may just sneak another one out. Aether Gust, okay, it's definitely not over. Draw for turn. Okay, all lands is really bad there for us. Okay, he's gonna have Aether Gust, which is really annoying. But if he takes his whole turn playing Aether Gust, it might be okay. Let's see. I'll save my fetches this time. Pay 2 life. Yes. Let's just bolt this now. Play Kaheera. Hit for 6. Put him to 7, and he kind of has to Aether Gust here. If he Uros up to 10, if he draws a land, then he might not be dead, but if he just Aether Gust, oh, Gal Blast Kaheera, okay. Does he not find another land? Doesn't look like it. Wild Nacatl. And that can get Aether Gusted, but then these loam lines will still be lethal. Coming down to it. Uro doesn't do it at this point. Aether Gust doesn't do it. I think he's dead. He just got kind of screwed on mana there. Wow. We lost a game, but we're 4-0. Let's go round 5. Alright, welcome round 5. We're 4-0 with Kaheera and Friends here. Let's go for the 5-0. We're against mid-card promo. We're against Gryuta in Modern in the 4-0. Wow. I'm assuming he's just Gryuta combo. And that being said, I don't really want to just keep a a hand this slow. Like a T2 voice into Fiend Artisan against like what's probably just some broken combo. He's probably just T4 win. It's my guess. I'm gonna mulligan. I think this hand's just a little bit too slow. Yeah, gonna keep this hand for sure. Probably put back one of the baubles. Yeah. I want the lands, I want the step lynxes. I want the Fiend Artisan, I guess. So he can't have 1-drops. Qasali. Qasali's fine. Yeah, I have to play a 1-drop anyway, so the Bauble trick doesn't really work. I can't just take a turn off. Just get Temple Garden, pay 2 life, play Step Lynx, play Bauble, pass the turn. He's gonna fetch. Wonder what his exact build is. A rug. Interesting. See what he's gonna draw. Snow-covered island. Okay, that doesn't give us too much information. Yeah, carried. So he is just rug a combo. Okay, we draw a card. Seal of Fire, Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's reasonable, I suppose. I could play Arid Mesa and Step Lynx, hoping to draw another land next turn. But I feel like going fetch, shock, attack for 4. He's not going to block. He needs to play a 4-drop, and then playing Qasali is the way to go. So let's go with that line. I think I just get red, green. I'm scared I'm just going to get comboed, but I think that deck can just fizzle as well sometimes. Would you like to pay 2 life? Yes. And then I'm going to just play Qasali, hit for 5, right? Is that better than just playing a Step Lynx this turn? I think it is. I didn't draw another land there, so I'm kind of just in the mode of just ignore that other Step Lynx. You can't really block this, I don't think. We have 5 points of burn in hand. You could play like a clone here or something. Does he not have another land? Looks like no. Farseek. It's probably just like 10 2-mana ramp spells, a bunch of 4-drops and Gyutas, and 6-drops. He's definitely combo. Temple. Okay. We really want to draw land. We don't. Okay. So all I can do really is attack for 3 with Qasali. I could play Loam Lion, play Seal of Fire. I think that's better than leaving up Bolt. Maybe leaving up Bolt is better. Just plan on bolting his face end of turn. Is playing Step Lynx or Loam Lion better? I guess I'm going to just start by just attacking for 3. I don't think I need to leave up Qasali activation, but I think I will because I'm leaving up Bolt anyway. Now I just need to decide if I'm playing Step Lynx to hope I draw a fetch, or is playing like a Loam Lion 2-3 better. So yeah, I'm going to bolt him down to 8. Most likely just don't have lethal through this blocker. think I'm going to play Step Links, because then if I draw a fetch, I might have lethal. I have 10 more fetch lands in the deck, so I have a 10 out of 48. And this is Gruyuta. It's probably not going to miss. This is what his deck is designed for, right? If you can kill Gruyuta when its ability's on the stack, like a path. Yeah, there's a Spark Double and a Dragon Lord Kolgan that he missed. But he already hit the Spark Double, so he can make infinite. Oh, kind of missed already. You can only just get a Sakura Tribe. Oh, he got my Questing Beast. That might be enough to do it. Now he just has so many blockers back. Alright, it's Bolton. You can probably just copy a Gruyuta next turn. We didn't even draw a land. I think we're dead. I guess I'll play Fiend Artisan plus Bauble. Just Bauble in. It's a Primeval Titan. Interesting. Interesting. So he's like Primeval Titan plus Brewed. I thought about building a deck like that. I just wasn't sure how. Because you can't have a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Maybe he has the Prismatic Omen, like the actual one. I think we're probably dead here. We can maybe do some chumping, but he probably has some clones in hand. Just being... We're on the draw, right? I'm pretty sure we were. Yeah, because he let land go. Just being on the draw was too much. Get Phantasmal Image, getting Phantasmal Image. So I can only Seal of Fire him. I don't think there's anything I can do here. I mean, I guess I can see his deck too. We're definitely not going to be able to attack at all. He just completely went off. Companion's pretty OP. Copy Gruyuta, I assume. So yeah, he doesn't have Valakut in his deck. He missed. He can just get Lurrus. He found a Dragon Lord Kolgan? Sure. So it's just like essentially the Pioneer deck with Primeval Titans. Which, I mean, if you Gruyuta, you go off. We just have 2 path. We have the graveyard hate cards. We'll just take how much damage? 100? Not quite. Alright. We can definitely win this matchup. Maybe even just bringing Fulminators is good. Just keep him off the Gruyuta. And Soul Guide Lantern can stop the combo too. He'll still get a 6/6, but I think stopping the combo is worth it. This is kind of where you wish you had. Maybe this isn't good. Because we just get to exile 1 card when we play it, doesn't really do anything, and then we sack it. We can stop him from reanimating with Gruyuta. Maybe that's enough. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in. I think we just don't want any bolts or Seal of Fires. I just want to have all creatures, I think. Voice, I don't think does anything. I don't think he can have any counter spells. Qasali at least has Exalted. It's not great as well. I mean, we could keep in the bolts just as reach. I mean, you could have some type of hate. I could just do like this, keeping trip bolt. Maybe I want Qasali's just to attack him. Maybe bolt doesn't really do anything. And having the reach isn't that relevant. So right now we're setting out voice plus trip bolt plus double seal of fire. I think that seems good to me. I think we definitely want path. We definitely want. I think we want Soul Guide Lantern. And definitely want Fulminator Mage. Just want to keep him off Gyuda, and then if he Gyudas, we want to stop the combo with Path or Soul Guide Lantern. We just didn't draw that well. We also mulligan to 5. We can certainly kill him before he can do anything. We have a Soul Guide Lantern. We have a Bauble. And we have a Qasali. That's about all we have. Like, we're probably just going to have to pop this to draw. Maybe that's okay. So we have to basically hit land in the top 2. I mean, if we get there on this hand, we have to hit 2 lands in the top 4 if we sack Soul Guide Lantern in order to get there. Chances of that aren't great, but the cards we have in our hand are fairly strong. I think I'm going to mulligan. Alright, gotta keep this one. His deck should be pretty consistent. We have Path, we have Soul Guide Lantern. Am I just putting back Qasali here? Could put back a Bauble. I guess drawing double Qasali actually puts on a little pressure. It's worse if we draw Lurrus, but I'm not sure we're going to have time for that anyway. So let's just put back that and keep double Qasali in case we miss on lands altogether. See if he goes to 5. He kept Gemstone Caverns. Okay, well, it's pretty good. Exiling Phantasmal Image. I'm going to play Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, when he gets to 6 mana, we definitely want to have Path up for the Gyuda. Keeping the Soul Guide Lantern around isn't as relevant. Just going to get Temple Garden here. Gemstone Cavern, that makes total sense. Because then he can go T1 2-drop, like Farseek, T3, either another 2-drop or a 4-mana card. Like, let's say he goes T1 Sylvan Carroted, T2 Clone Coffin Sylvan Carroted, T3 Gyuda. So that's a way to T3, even though you don't have any 1-drops. Temple Garden, yes. Play Soul Guide Lantern. I have to exile my own Wooded Foothills, I think. Yeah, I do. Pass the turn. So I have ways to stop the combo. This adds 1 mana any color. It looks like his hand's a little awkward. Okay, there's another Bauble. Gonna fetch anyway to play. I have to play Pridemage, so I'm not worried about the Bauble trick yet again. Do I want to get Stomping Ground, or maybe I get Sacred Foundry in order to make sure I can play Lurrus? No, because I want to be able to play Fiend Artisan as well. I'll just get Stomping Ground. Yes. Qasali. Bauble. Stop on his upkeep. Let's go. What is he drawing? A Caryatid. It's kind of annoying. Okay. There's a Blast Zone. Okay, he can Blast Zone our Soul Guide Lantern. Can't create a next turn, almost certainly. So we draw for Bauble and then for turn. So if I draw a land, I might want to take this opportunity to get Kaheera down. I don't draw land. Guess I'm just playing Qasali, hit for 4. But he can play a clone or something, or a ramp spell. Then I just want to leave up path for his Gyuda. Then put a creature with even converted mana cost. So I don't even get to... Oh, with even converted mana cost. So he can't put back odd... he can't put back 1-drops. Spark double, copy Qasali. Oh, copy Caryatid. That makes sense. Oh, he also has Castle. Okay, so his deck can Gyuda pretty reliably. But I have the path here. Another Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, this is a 1/4. Sylvan Caryatid. Doesn't matter, I don't think. Alright, I'll attack for 4. I think I'm just gonna play Soul Guide Lantern. I could. The Soul Guide Lantern doesn't even really stop his combo at all. Wow. It's probably just a mistake bringing this in. Still gonna play it. Can at least draw a card with it. So he Gyuda's here. As long as he doesn't hit actual another Gyuda. Which I'm not sure he has in his deck, actually. I mean, he should. Actually, he definitely does. He's got Blast Zone as well. He's just casting Primeval Titan. And he has Field of the Dead. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. It's crazy that he's just choosing not to Gyuda yet. He'd rather Primeval Titan. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong. It's gonna do it. Double field trigger. We weren't able to Fulminator Mage him. I think we just needed to draw a little bit better in this matchup. Also, these Soul Guide Lanterns actually suck. Like, they don't do anything. Just draw a card now. Our opponent at 14. Another path. Okay, well, he's got one card in hand and a Gyuda. So play this untapped. Yes. Not playing Gyuda. Not going to attack this turn. I'll just path the Primeval Titan on his upkeep. Then I'll plan on pathing the Gyuda. See, somehow maybe I can fight through this. My guess is that I won't be able to, though. Another 2/2. So I'm down at 12 also. Another Primeval Titan. This is his last card in hand. Brutal. Feels pretty bad losing to Gyuda in Modern, but I mean, he crushed us. Oh, this is Gyuda. Okay. I mean, we're still gonna lose, but let's see. So trigger on the stack, then put a creature with even converted mana cost onto the battlefield. All right, so now I have to just path this. Then let that trigger happen. You can put a Qasali Pridemage or a Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay. We have 3 creatures in the yard, so Fiend Artisan is a little bit bigger. Not sure if it's big enough, though. Wonder if I start trading with these. I mean, I'm probably going to have to. No, I have to take here, because I could also play Kaheera and get more blockers that way. Go down to 8, though. Alright. I punted. I meant to play Soul Guide Lantern. I'm feeling pretty defeated here. I'll try, but this is looking rough. Now I wish I had blocked there. You can sack Sakura Tribe if he has more basics. Get another 2/2. You can also Blast Zone for 2, which would really wreck us. Yep. Which is what he does, and then that's game. GG's. So we weren't able to get the 5-0, but got the 4-1. Lost to Gyuda. We weren't really prepared for it. We didn't have the rest in peace. But this is youtube.com/snapbolt. I really hope you enjoyed the content. This deck is super fun. Definitely going to play some more of it. And looking for ways to improve it and little tweaks to make. Definitely the sideboard needs work. But again, that was super fun. youtube.com/snapbolt. Please subscribe. Thank you so much.